But now let's turn our minds to Botswana, which has a new government and president. The party that's been in power for 58 years has been kicked out by voters in a shock result. They seem to be registering their anger over economic stagnation linked to a decline in the diamond trade on which the country depends. So what's the business community making of it? I got a reaction from Tamani Tote, who's the CEO of White Label Fragrances in Gaborone.
I'm one of the young people that voted a couple of days ago, and I just can't believe that I've been part of this change. Having the one government being in power for 58 years, they've been doing a fantastic job, but being able to change government for us, it means a lot. And so I'm very excited about that. And as an entrepreneur, I think I welcome the new government that's coming in. They seem to have exciting things, especially for us entrepreneurs. And so, I'm just excited to see what is going to unfold.
Why do you think then Botswanans rejected the old party government? Why did they chuck out the incumbent?
I think because of what's currently happening economically, I think they just felt that maybe it was time for us to transition into a new government. And UDC, which is the current government that is coming in, felt like, the best option for us.
Well, you say the current economic conditions. Just tell us what they are. What are the kind of things that have gone wrong, really?
It's not about it going wrong. I think it's just been something that has been happening over the years. And I think some of them, it is what our former president inherited from the previous leadership. So it's something that has been just going on for a long time. As you know, to be quite honest, we've been relying on diamonds for a very long time, and our economy has not been diversified.
So what you're saying is that the problem is the diamonds, perhaps the change in demand, the lack of demand in recent years. That's had a knock-on effect onto, economic hardship for some Botswanans.
Absolutely. We felt it economically in the country. There wasn't any money circulating in the country. And so it's hit us quite hard.
Well, of course, with your business, being part of that, has your business suffered a bit economically as a result of the conditions?
Yes, it has. When there's no money that's so circulating in the economy, there's obviously a ripple effect. You don't get, just to put it in simple terms, you don't get customers walking into your store, your sales drop a bit. But we've definitely felt it. My business is a luxury business, and so it's not a need. It's more of a want. And so we would feel it the most.
And what do you think needs to happen? Because you can't make people want diamonds, can you?
I think this is an opportunity for us all to work together as Botswana and not just rely on the government, but work as Botswana to see what we can do individually to try and push our economy forward.
Tamani Tote there in Gaborone. Well, diamonds are key for Botswana. It's Africa's leading diamond producer and the second largest in the world, just behind Russia. Gemstones account for around 80% of its exports, a third of its tax revenues, a quarter of its GDP. The new president, Duma Boko, says he wants a new sales agreement with the giant diamond seller De Beers as quickly as possible. And that could have major implications, not just for Botswana, but for the entire global diamond market. Paul Zimnisky is a diamond expert based in New York. Joins me now. Paul, thanks for being with us. Diamonds' demand seems to have been the major problem. Why are people not wanting diamonds like they used to? And what's the effect on the market?
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's always good to be back. The last 3-4 years have been unprecedented for the diamond industry. We went from the lockdowns in 2020 to $7 trillion in economic stimulus in the U.S., which is the largest consumer of diamonds. And that just drove record diamond demand in 2021 that carried on to 2022. And now we're kind of on the other side of that as economies have opened back up. This, stimulus has run its course, and people bought enough diamonds in 2021 and 2022 that they're spending their money on more experiential things.
Yeah. So how is this deal potentially between De Beers and the new Botswanan government going to affect things?
So they've been trying to work through this deal for over 3 years now. I think it's taken a lot longer than both sides would have liked. The pandemic definitely got in the middle and disrupted things. And now, with the election in Botswana, perhaps that was something else that may have held it up a little bit. But The relationship between De Beers and the government of Botswana is probably one of the longest standing, most successful public-private relationships in mining, across commodities, across industry. So there's a lot of history there, and I think, it's been a strong partnership, but I think they're having difficulty working out some of the final nuances.
We'll see how it all comes through. Paul, thanks for being with us. Paul Zimnisky there on the line from New York. You're with World Business Report from the BBC World Service.